Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called First Seen Odd Even Sudoku. So this Sudoku is constructed by me, and I created this Sudoku for the patrons of my Patreon page Enthralling Sudoku. This was practice Sudoku for the recent Indian Sudoku Championship that featured this variant. So I thought of making a practice Sudoku for my patrons, and then I thought of covering a video on this one. It was a really good one. I really enjoyed creating this variant. It was the first time I created this variant, and there were a few tricks that I could see while creating this variant. So I thought of covering a video on this one. If you are really looking forward to such handcrafted Sudokus, I send nearly more than 45 Sudokus every month to all my patrons, nearly 20 classics, 18 9 by 9 variants, and then you have 9 6 by 6 variants as well. So all of that, those Sudokus I send in a single PDF as a magazine, Sudoku magazine, with all the online solving links as well as the solutions at the end of the magazine. So all of these is sent to all the patrons for every month, and if you're really looking forward to such Sudokus, please subscribe to my Patreon page. I'll add the link in the description below. So before going to this Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to even subscribe to our Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles Patreon page. We have been covering videos for more than 2 years. It's about to be 3 years now this month, and it's a really great effort, really hard work, covering videos on a daily basis, on a regular basis for at least 3 years, and we would really appreciate if you could subscribe to our Patreon page. So now coming back to this Sudoku, so it's a really good Sudoku. Let me just explain you what are the rules of this Sudoku. So classic Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition, right? Apart from that, you have some digits outside the grid. Those digits indicate the first digit of that parity in that row or column. So for example, if a 2, 4, 6 or 8 is given outside the grid, so you have, if any even digit is given outside the grid, it will indicate the first even digit seen from that direction. So you can have any number of odd digits before that. So for example, if you have an 8 here, the first even digit seen from that direction would have to be 8. So it can be here or here or here, and all of the other digits, all of the earlier digits would have to be odd. The same thing goes for odd. If you have the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, that means the first odd digit seen from that direction would have to be the number that is indicated by the odd digit here. Before that, all the even digits have to appear. Any number of even digits can appear before that. So if you have a 3 here, 3 can be the first digit or can be the second digit, but if the 3 is the second digit, the first digit would have to be even. If 3 is the third digit, the first two digits would have to be even. So whatever be the case, the first odd digit seen from that direction is indicated by the odd digit outside the grid. The first even digit seen from the direction is indicated by the even digit outside the grid, right? Very excellent rules. And with that, let us start solving this Sudoku, right? Okay, I'll just reset here. Okay, yeah, so let's start solving this. The starting logic of this Sudoku was, I was really happy with the starting logic here. So let us try and see if we get any other way to start this Sudoku. Okay, so 2 you have here, no, 7 and 7. If you have a 7 in any of these cells, all of these would have to be even. If you have a 7 here, all of these would have to be even, and if you have a 7 in one of these two cells, all of these would have to be even. Okay, does that give us anything? If you have a 7 here, even and even possible. If you have a 7 here, these 3 would be even, still possible. If you have a 7 here, all of these 4 digits would be even, and that is still possible. Okay, so let's go with the starting logic that I designed in this Sudoku. So if you see the 1 here and this one, it indicates that one of the ones would have to be in this box, the other one would have to be in this box. So the second one that is in the next box cannot be in these cells, because then you'll have 5 even digits here. So if you have a 1 here, you'll have 5 even digits, because that would have to be the first odd digit. If you have a 1 here, that would have to have 5 even digits, because that would have to be the first odd digit. Not possible. So in this box, ones would have to be here, and in this box, ones would have to be here, right? So one of the ones would have to be in these 6 cells, other one would have to be in these 4 cells, which means this box will have one in these 3 cells, right? I'll just remove these ones because I didn't want to mess it here with all the ones here. So using that logic, we got to know that 1 in this box would have to be in one of these 3 cells, because none of these cells can be 1. You already have 2 ones in these 10 cells, right? And the first odd digit that you see here from this direction would have to be 3, right? So this cell cannot be a 1, and this cell cannot be a 3. So if you have a 3 here, which is the first odd digit from this column, then you cannot have 1 in any of these 3 cells. So which means 3 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, 1 would have to be in one of these 2 cells, because we know that 3 is also in one of these 3 cells, and 1 is also in one of these 3 cells, right? So the first digit would have to be 3, and the next digit or the further digit can be 1, which means these 3 cells would have to be even, because the first odd digit would have to be 3, and 3 is already in these 2 cells. So these 3 digits would have to be 1. This cell cannot be a 1, this is a 1, and this is a 3. This was my starting logic of this Sudoku. I really enjoyed this logic. So I'll just mark all the odd digits with the blue, even digits with the green here, right? Now we know that even digits would have to be with the green. So this cell or this cell can be a 3 now. You cannot have any further, because then you will have 5 even digits. Green is even digits. But if you have a 3 here now, this 3 gets contradiction here. So the fifth digit would have to be 3, and all the other digits would have to be even here, right? So it is 2, 4, 6 and 8. It is 1, 5, 7 and 9. This was the starting logic of this Sudoku. I really enjoyed having this starting logic here actually. And if you see here from this direction, this 4 will be the first even digit, so this would have to be the 4, right? We know that there are 3 odd digits here out of these 4. So which means 7 cannot be the digit here, 7 would have to be here. One of these 2 digits would have to be odd for sure. And if you have a 7 here in this direction, 9 gets contradiction. So this is 7. You have 4, 9 and 6. No, 4 and 9 is for sure. 4 cannot be in any of these 2 cells, because that would be the first even digit here. So this is 4. 9 would have to be the first odd digit. This is 9. This would have to be the odd digit, that is 5 remaining, and this is a 6 here, because of the 6 being the first even digit here, right? So I hope you got this logic here. So we have completed all of these digits here. We have fulfilled all of these digits here exactly, right? The next thing I see here is you need to have 6 in one of these 2 cells, because 4 is already an even digit that is in that direction, so 6 would have to be before that. Five is in one of these 3 cells, right? Because you cannot have a 5 in any of these cells, so the first odd digit would have to be somewhere here. So which means 5 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. First digit cannot be 5, so first 2 cells would have to be 3 before the 5, right? Okay. Anything else you get here? Okay, so I see that this is an even digit here. So this one cannot be here, cannot be here, because if you have any of these places as 1, all the other digits would have to be even, and you'll have more than 4 evens in this column. So 1 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. For this one, it has to be in one of these 2 cells, right? Which means these 3 cells would have to be even now, and you already have 4 even digits, so this cell would have to be 1. All of the other cells would have to be odd, right? So this is also an odd digit. All of these are even digits now. 2, 4, 6 and 8. 6 is already gone, so this is 2, 4, 8. This cell cannot be a 1 because of the first even odd digit from that direction would have to be 7. And if this is a 1 here, amazing logic, if this is a 1, both of these would be even, and then you get 5 even digits here. So this is the 1 here. So both the ones are fulfilled here now. You get to have the 4 here. Oh, that's amazing logic. Again you see 4 has to be in one of these 3 cells, so none of these cells can be 4. These are odd here. This cell can be a 4 or this cell can be a 4. No, you already have 5 odd digits, all of these would have to be even. So this is a 4 here, and it is 2, 6 and 8. So this is again the odd digit here because the first even digit is 4, so this would have to be the odd. 4 is also done. You need 6 in one of these 2 cells. 6 cannot be here because of the first even digit being 8. This is 6, that gives you a 7 here, first odd digit, that gives you 8 here, first even digit. Amazing. This is actually amazing logic here. So we have done the 8 and 7 here. 4 is also done. This cell cannot be a 2 because of the 2 here being the first even digit in that direction. Okay, either this would have to be a 3 or this. So you know that 3 and 7 are in these 2 cells. If this is 7, this cannot be 3 because you would have a 3 here. So this is 3 and this is 7. So this is even, this is odd. This even digit would have to be either 2 or 8. You already have a 2 here, which means this would have to be an 8. This is 2, this is 8, this is 6, this is 2. Right? Amazing. This is 5 and 9. You already have a 5 here, so this is 9, this is 5. Mostly all of these are done. This is 3. This is 5 and 9 in any order, right? So let us mark that here. Okay. So let's see the next part here. As you already have a 4 here, all of these would have to be the odd digits because of the 4 here. So 4 can be in any of these 2 cells. This cell or this cell. This cell cannot be a 4 because of the 4 here, so this cell would have to be a 4. That is the even digit here. So 3, 5, 7, 1 and 9. 1 cannot be here because of the 1 here, so this is 9. 9, 3, 1, 5 and 7. If this is the first odd digit being 5, all of these would have to be odd and you already have an even here. So first odd digit cannot be a 5. So this is not a 5 here. 9, 3, 1, 5 and this is a 7 here. So 7 and 9 is done. If this is a 5, all of these would have to be even. Still possible? This cannot be a 2. So this has to be an odd digit. Even digit 2 would have to be somewhere here. This cannot be a 7. This cannot be a 7. This cannot be a 1. If you cannot have a 6 here. You cannot have a 6. Can you have a 6 here, which means all of these would be odd? Where can you have 1 in these cells? Okay, 1 cannot be here. Oh, 4 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. These 2 cells cannot be 4 because of the first even digit not being 4 here. So this is a 4 here, right? Which means 8 also cannot be in any of these 2 cells. So one of 8 cannot be here. So this cell is an 8, right? Where can a 2 be in these 3 cells? This cell only has to be a 2. 6 can either be here or here. If 6 is here, this is 1. If 6 is here, this is 1. Right? So it is nothing but 1 and 6 here. If this is 5 now, amazing logic. If this is 5, all of these would be even, and you will have 5 even digits. So this is not a 5, this is a 5. That gives you this as even. That would have to be a 2 because 6 is in one of these two cells. So this is 1 and 6. This one gives you a 6 here and a 1 here. That gives you a 6 here. So this 6 is also fulfilled. That is an even digit here, even digit here. This is odd digit. Right? So this 5 removes 5 from any of these cells. You have 5, 3 and 8 here. This cell cannot be a 5 because 1 is the odd digit from that direction. This has to be even 8. That gives you a 5 and a 3 because the first odd digit being 5. Okay. This 8 now gives you this 8 because this would have to be a odd digit now. That means one of these two cells would have to be a 7. Nice. And this is a 7 here, so this cell would have to be a 7 now. Come on. 1 cannot be, sorry. 1 cannot be here, so 1 has to be in one of these two cells. This cell would have to be an odd digit because it cannot be even, which is only remaining digit 2. This is also an odd digit. So 5 and 3, this is 7 and 9. 5, 3, 1, 7 and 9. 9 cannot be here because of the 9 here, 1, 7. Two is in one of these two cells, right? Okay, because of the 7 here, all of these would have to be even. Didn't see that. So 7 cannot be here. It has to be here or here, and having here would have 5 even digits. So 7 would have to be here. That gives you an odd digit here. That gives you a 1 here. 8, 2, 4 and 6. So this is nothing but, sorry, 2, 4 and 6. 8 would have to be in one of these 4 cells. Cannot be in any of these 2 cells. So 8 would have to be here. So the first even digit is 4 here. 2 and 6 in any order. So this is 6. That is 2. All of these are odd digits. 7, 3, 1, 5, 9. 9. This is 1, 5. 1. This is 5, 9. Okay. And 1 also would have to be, there will be one odd digit here, so that has to be 1. So this is 1, this is 8 because of the 1 here. Okay. You need 4 in one of these two cells, so this cell would have to be a 4. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9. Sorry. So you have an 8 here, so this is odd, this is odd. You cannot have an 8 here because this is also 8 here. So this would have to be an 8. And this would have to be 2 or 4 because all of these would have to be even. So already you have a 4 here. This is 2. That is 4. That is 2. That gives you a 3 here. That gives you a 5 here. 9, 1, 5. 2, 8, 4, this would have to be 6 because of the first odd digit being here. 1, 7, 3, this is 5 and 9, so this is 9, this is 5. No. 9 and, sorry. This would have to be even digit. 2, 8, 4, this is 6. You have 4 and 9, I am sorry. 4 and 9, so this is 9, that is 4. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 here. 3 and 5 in any order, so 3 and 5. This would have to be 2. That gives you a 2 here. 3, 1, 7, 5 and 9 here. 9 gives you 7 and a 5 here. That gives you a 7 and a 9 here, 1 and a 7 here. That gives you 1, 3, 6 and 8, right? So this is 8, 30, 3 and 6. 3 would be the first odd digit here. You already have a 7 here, so this is 3, that is 6. That gives you a 6 here. 3, 8 and 9. So this is 3, 9 and 8. Amazing. What an amazing Sudoku this was. So as you see how you actually solve a first seen odd even Sudoku. I hope you enjoyed this Sudoku. I hope you like the construction that I did for the patrons here. And if you're really looking forward to become a subscriber of the Patreon page of Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles and even enthralling Sudoku, please do so. I'll add the link in the description below for both the Patreon pages. Thanks a lot for watching the video. If you have any request for Sudoku or a puzzle, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. Thank you.